What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, President Biden announced nearly $6.8 trillion in government spending in his new budget and about $3 trillion in deficit reduction over the next decade if he's able to tax the wealthy, and Republicans were going to go along with it. But what was missing from his budget plan was his plan for Social Security. Yep, that's right, which is a massive, massive problem. I'll go over the details of this in this video. Also, we're going to go over the Social Security 20% cuts to your payments may be coming sooner than expected. And I'll go over the details of why that is in this video as well. Yeah. So let's jump right in. If you're new here, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, then the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. And here we go. Yeah, so yesterday, President Biden announced his $6.8 trillion budget for the year. And his latest proposal made no mention of any tax or spending increases linked to the Social Security program. And he had promised to shore up Social Security, but this makes no changes to the Social Security program, which is, by the latest Congressional Budget Office report, could run out of money in as early as 9 years. Here's what President Biden did say on Social Security. Take a listen to this.
Let's be clear about another key point in my budget. I guarantee you, I will protect Social Security and Medicare without any change. Guaranteed. I won't allow them to be gutted or eliminated, as MAGA Republicans threaten to do. MAGA Republican proposal is not an answer. On Social Security, my budget will not cut benefits, and it will definitely won't sunset programs like some of my MAGA Republican friends want to do. We'll secure Medicare through 2050 and beyond, ensuring that the vital program keeps going strong for generations without cutting a single penny in benefits.
But in the budget was actually no new plan announced for Social Security. Here's what Republican Senator Bill Cassidy had to say. Take a listen here.
Senator, it's interesting. You've been talking a lot and tweeting a lot about Social Security as well. It is a debate that is a hot topic. For you, what does responsible Social Security reform really look like?
It means that the person who paid into the system her whole life, the program will be there for her. What the president is offering is no plan. George W., Obama, Clinton, they all offered plans to address this. This president, no plan. And no plan means that someone who paid into social her entire life is going to get a 24% cut in the benefits she's receiving when the program goes insolvent in 9 years. We have to choose to do something, not choose to do nothing, which is what this president is choosing to do.
Yeah, and you heard the senator say there, if they don't do anything, 20+% cuts may be coming sooner than expected. As you can see here from this headline from Yahoo Finance and Go Banking Rates, the details are, in more alarming news about the state of Social Security, some experts are warning that up to 20% in payment cuts could be coming as early as 2032 per CNN unless Congress intervenes with measures to preserve funding to the program. Upwards of 66 million people currently receive benefits, with the average coming in around $1,691 according to January 2023 data from the Social Security Administration. Cuts of 20% would see payments shrink to $1,352, which is going backwards from the progress made to increase benefits through the cost of living adjustments known as COLA. The latest of which came earlier this year and bumped payments by 8.7%, which was the fourth largest raise in history. More than half of retirees say that even that higher adjustment isn't enough to go by, as Go Banking Rates reported on. Social Security has been the subject of debate here in recent weeks as the U.S. has already hit its debt ceiling limit. And despite accusations of politicians being poised to target the program for budget cuts, both President Biden and House Republicans have vowed not to touch Social Security as they battle over national spending. Now, President Biden and Senator Joe Manchin, who's also a Democrat, says he's a Democrat, but leads towards the middle, have proposed raising taxes on the wealthy, which also goes with Senator Bernie Sanders, who's an independent but votes most of the time with the Democrats' plan to actually raise benefits. You can see here Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren and other Democrats are once again trying to give retirees an additional $2,400 in their Social Security checks by raising Social Security taxes on people that make over $250,000 a year, and basically just make them start paying into the Social Security taxes again, and make them pay the full 12.4%, and also make them pay it on investment income as well. Now they say, and this has actually been verified by the Social Security Administration, that it would actually increase the solvency to the Social Security program for 75 years. I think it's to the year like 2094, 2090, something like that. And Social Security actually did the math on this and said yes, and they could pay out the additional benefits for $2,400 per year per person, because people like Elon Musk would have paid $2.9 billion just last year alone on his earnings. So that's like, just think about $2.9 billion coming just from Elon Musk. Yeah, that's a lot of money. The problem is that we don't know if Republicans will vote for it. As of right now, I haven't seen any Republicans that have backed it. So that's kind of an issue. But President Biden has not actually come out and did anything with this in his budget. So this is where the problem is. If we don't actually get Republicans and Democrats to do anything this year to fix Social Security, we run into this risk of, if nothing gets done, this is actually the worser problem. They don't do anything, okay? There's been proposals to raise the Social Security age, which is technically a cut, because that would mean you wouldn't get benefits for a few more years until potentially age 70. There's also been raising the taxes on Social Security for everybody, maybe 1%. Okay, again, that's a cut, or however you want to look at it. There's a lot of different proposals I'll be keeping you up on, but if they don't do anything, that's actually the worst thing, because it's going to run out of money in it potentially as early as 9 years. This comes directly from the Congressional Budget Office, which is basically the mathematicians for the country. So, and the problem, Congress has known this for years. It's just becoming a big deal now because I don't know why. And a lot of people probably don't even know about it. People that don't even follow this channel or watch, maybe see this on the news a little bit, or there's a lot of people, if you would just ask them on the street, they would have no idea about this. Yeah, or maybe they just heard it a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, we heard it's going to run out of money or something. Yeah. Congress has been, and the Republicans and Democrats never agree on this kind of stuff, and years and years and years have passed by. And now we're down to maybe 9-10 years before it's insolvent, and they're going to have to cut benefits. I don't want to be sitting here talking to you guys in 9 or 10 years. Hopefully, my YouTube channel's still going then. And they're like, oh, we have to cut benefits because we couldn't come to any agreement on what to actually change, or taxes to raise, or cuts to do, or adjustments to make. But Biden says, and this is where I'm not really a fan of him saying, oh, we're not going to, what was his exact words? There'll be no changes to Social Security or whatever. It's not really, I get that it sounds good to say that to the people, but it's he's walking a fine line there, because, that's one of those things where people are like, ooh, you lied, because they're going to have to make some type of changes. Now, the taxing the wealthy sounds like really nice to a lot of people, except for the wealthy. But the problem is that they've already raised taxes previously here. I'd have to bring up the details here from a few years ago. I don't have them right here in front of me. And I just don't know if Republicans are going to go for it again. And the issue is that it's like it used to be like 50% of ish Americans on the lower half don't pay any taxes, and all the taxes come from the higher brackets, and now it's down to about 40% right now because more people have gone back to work here based on 2022 um, the tax returns that came in here from the previous or 2021 taxes that came in here. So remember here that that's where the tax incomes come from. I mean, the majority of people that are like around Social Security and stuff like that aren't paying any taxes at all. So you got to kind of remember where the taxes are coming from here. And when the government's taxing people more than 50%, it kind of gets to become. Remember, that's why the U.S. split from from Britain, right? It's because of too much taxes. So you got to be careful here where you start taxing people over 50%. You got the 35, 39% tax brackets. You got the state taxes. You got property taxes. You got sales taxes. You got local taxes. Social Security taxes, which is 12.4%. And all of a sudden, the government is making more than you are. Yeah, so and this why it's interesting how our country is literally about 50% Republicans, 50% Democrats, and you see this in our presidential races almost every single year. I want to say almost every single year, but almost every single election, it's right down the middle. And it's interesting because when we go from Republican president to Democratic president, Republican to Democrat, and you see these red and blue states, and we're pretty much right down the middle. So we actually have a pretty good balance here of our country. And then again, that's why I don't consider myself a Republican or Democrat, because I kind of go back and forth all the time and I just don't see red or blue all the time. You guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll keep you up to date here in our country on a daily basis. So if you appreciate these videos, don't forget to hit the like button. I'll keep you up to date. Don't forget to subscribe and then click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's some videos you should watch next. Here's a video the speaker just said could wipe us out as a country. Good video there. And here's a video with an interview between the Fed and Congress, and it's going to affect millions of Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.